Hello and welcome back to another live stream. Now tonight's live stream will be way different, like super different. Um Tonight's will be a film that I have created. Um Midnight Express will be out shortly. This is just a shorter film to present what will happen with more episodes come to see. Everything from here on out will be probably in game. Nothing else really. Yeah, so everything will be probably in game. You'll start to see more of like Tomy taking play characters, stuff like that. Nothing too erratic, exotic. What I meant to say. Yeah, so that's how that's gonna end up going. All right, cool. Yeah, so pretty much how it's gonna end up working out is that further down the line you'll see like the Tomy Thomas stuff be put more into episodes. That's gonna be a start of series, and that's already been planned out through. So you'll see like remake episodes, my stuff, their stuff. Friends will be involved. Tonight's will be one of my episodes. As you can see, the start of it. Hopefully no one's killed it yet. Okay, yeah, so no one has. Let's just zoom out here a little bit. Yeah, so pretty much how it's gonna end up looking like. Hopefully we can get in some more people to watch the thing. That'd be cool. Let's check this here. Yeah, so Midnight Express will be out shortly. Sorry for said delay. We were not hoping it was going to happen like this. It just kind of happened because we never got in our real life shots. We were going to today, and then neither one of them showed up. So actually, none of us showed up, considering that it was canceled. Train Fest was canceled due to weather, and it sucks because with the duration of our thing, we were supposed to get a few of the videos up and in, and we were supposed to get in our live action shots, and it never happened the way we intended it for, and it kind of sucks because, like, what the heck? Yeah. So anyone who wants to join in the stream later, here is the StreamYard link. There you go. No, showed up on there too, so you can get a look at what that is. As you can see in the title, we do have this title is called Night Train, as you can tell. Yeah. So without further ado, why don't we go ahead and get this film started so we can kind of get it over with, considering it was kind of already planned we do something similar. Just because it's a place filler for what we already had to do and what we can do. That's kind of just brought up last minute. Yeah. So I mean, without further ado, let me just kind of like put my person down at the bottom here. You can see more of the screen. That'd kind of be cool if you think about it. I mean, without further ado, let's get into it.
No flip, no cap, no mess. Just grab and squeeze. Try Dawn Easy Squeeze.
It was wintertime on the island of Sodor. Thomas was doing his normal best, like typical Sodor day. In the process of him doing it, he was taking his troubles on the bridge. Taking his troubles and he had clear on the bridge. What a lovely evening, said Thomas. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, cried Joseph. They headed down the Athens station to see what the factory shore had. They headed down the station to see what the factory shore had coupled with a telephone. It was nearly Christmas time in the island of Sodor, and all the engines were very excited for what happened come days on. Oh, what's the thing? No, not it just really sucked. It sucks. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to restart half the dang thing because my stupid game wanted to glitch out on me. But we're all good. So actually, thing doesn't really even start until 8. I don't understand why they started it now. So we're not even stopping the stream. So yeah. So in placement, this will be a film. Sorry, will be revolved around Christmas times. Yeah, that was the main plan to do it around Christmas and tonight. Was really hoping Midnight Express was going to be out soon. It's not, and it sucks because it's not, and I don't like how it's not. It would be doing so. So, as you can tell, we is just kind of slowly trying to make our way back to where we was at, and yeah. Chat, if anyone's watching, put in the chat if anyone's here at this point. Just type here if you're here. And I'll look at it in a minute when I get back to what I'm doing, because this is where I collected you last time. Jesus, why is there a Sonic character over there? Like, you took Percy out of here and then made him look like Sonic. Like, how dare you? You disowned him. You disowned him. How dare you do that? How dare you? Now I'm gonna kick you. Great. Oh, okay, never mind. There we go. I was like, great. Now we can't even get inside of the engines now. Well, it's on my end. Oof. Maybe it'd be a good. No, the Wi-Fi's fine here. I don't see why it's being stupid. Anyways, let's get back to the said film and let's just kind of like restart here. We were doing good for a minute. And it all just kind of like lagged out for us because of reason, and I don't know why. It's kind of being lagged, like super extra lag tonight. Hopefully we can make it look half decent. Hopefully that is the main goal, to make it look at least half decent. All right, here we go, and then I'll start the theme again, and then we'll do it, and we'll end with our credits, and with me saying goodbye for that until the new year, because nothing will be out until then, because I have decided that nothing new will be out, and that's that, because I'm not trying to do anything to like this. This is hard enough on my end. This was not easy for me, and yet it was not easy for the my editor, who also was like, "Hey, yeah, just throw in something last minute." So yeah, here we go again for the second time. My bad, guys.
To get fee-free overdraft up to $200, install the Chime app today.
Let's override the ads, because why not? But yeah, here we go. It was wintertime on the island, so Christmas was tomorrow, and all the animals were excited. Thomas was doing his normal run on his branch. Typical day on the island, so Henry came back. Sadly, there is no snow around, but still. Oh, lovely day it is, said Thomas. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, cried the Duchess. Let's turn around and go back to the shed and see if we can figure out what else Pat wants us to be doing. So Thomas had the back of the train. Turn the train around, back to the shed. Thomas is attendant. There's a big city in the hours. All his friends, Edward, Henry, and James, Bessie, and Toby. All in that order. When he got to the sheds, none of the engines were. As he entered the sheds, none of the engines were there. Sadly, but that did not face him at all, considering that he was literally all the engines were out doing their normal jobs, like any other engine should be doing. Needed good engine, not useless. James was at the shed though. He was complaining, like normal, because James always complains. He just sits there and complains and complains and complains about all the things he can't do. Ugh, no one likes James. James kind of sucks, in my opinion. So yeah, there's that for you. Anyways, as James was at the at the sheds, Henry was there. Henry started talking about how he's a bad steamer, and how he suffers dreadfully.
Here, have a Triscuit.
Started talking about how he's a bad steamer and how he suffers dreadfully because he can't run on good coal.
Tomato and olive oil. Bring it with Triscuit.
I suffer dreadfully, and no one cares. Rubbish, said James. I can do it, so can you. And James sat there in disgust, letting Henry know that if he can do any job as James can do, so can Henry do it. Henry was upset. He had never been taught to like that before. In fact, he knew exactly why he couldn't do so much. He knew exactly why it wasn't right for him to be doing. Henry was irritated. James. Rubbish, said Gordon too. You can do it, so can you. Henry was determined to prove the other engines wrong. Puffed angrily away, leaving the other engines unfazed. As he was getting closer to the station, Henry had decided he was taking the train that night. He knew Gordon was supposed to be taking it, but refused to let that even happen. So he took off. As Henry was going down the line, he started feeling better about himself. Now, he knew he was a bad steamer, and that could potentially stop him from doing so many other things he wanted to do. The kipper was the only thing keeping him on the line, because they needed an engine for that purpose. Henry one of the bad steamers on the railway, had protested to the Fat Controller, saying just because he's a bad steamer doesn't mean they should get rid of him. He just needs special coal, and that special coal, other known as Welsh coal, was used to burn, and only him, because he was a prototype. The plans on his bases were actually stolen and used for some other purpose. Now, no one really liked this use of purpose, considering that majority of anyone even really cared about Henry at that point. Henry was just one of the normal engines that sat there doing work no one else wanted it to do. Not even Gordon felt bad for Henry. That was all about to change here shortly. As Henry was rounding the corner to get changed under the other line, take the express that night, got a phone call. His driver got a phone call inside the cab. And yes, before you asked, the engines do have phones and like cord phones inside their firebox and whatnot, just so they can keep in touch with the station master and the guards and stuff, so they know what's going on before they reach the station. Yeah, so that's kind of essential at some points. So my dad. Yeah, look, we're falling through the friggin' thing again. No. Oh my god. Tell me again, we just get Henry and this happens? Man, this game is kind of lagged, so we all good though. Henry is a bad steamer, so for the duration of that, we'll just go get him, turn him around to the turntable, and then kind of like bring him in. Yeah. Sorry, some things in this game is just like super lagged, so if you hear me talking a little bit more, it's probably because the game lagged, and now I have to go back and get the same engine again. The fireman had just lost. The game lagged so hard, the fireman had to run back and get Henry again. This made him angry. Of course, he couldn't stay angry for long, considering he is filming an episode of one of the episodes he came up last minute. So yeah, he can't get angry. Yeah, that's how that worked out. Now, didn't it? I mean, all of them at some point were kind of angry, so it's not entirely his fault. Some stupid stuff happened along the way. We ought to turn him around though, so we can get him fitted to the coaches, and then run him down the line, and then finish up with the storyline. So that'd be a fun thing to do. Just finish up with a storyline, and then. Oh, come on, Henry. Okay, that's like, come on, Henry. Where's your friggin' tender, dude? We're gonna turn you entirely around, my guy. Yeah, there we go. There we go, Henry. Like I said before, Henry was determined to prove the other engines wrong, and that's exactly what he did. Oh my god, seriously? Some bullcrap. This game is super lag, by the way. I do not stand it sometimes. Alright, let's go grab him again. So, Henry in the super laggy game, decides to head off and prove the other engines wrong. That he most definitely could pull the express with no problem. No problem. Proving the other engines wrong and proving to Gordon, big blue engine, who continues to boss him around for no given reason at all, tell him that Henry can't do what Gordon can do. So Henry decided to prove him wrong. And that's exactly what he was doing. As he huffed down the line, he started to feel better about himself, knowing that one day, just one day, he'd like to be treated like every other normal engine on the railway. Just because he runs on special coal doesn't mean nothing. Soon that would change all of that. As Henry puffed down the line, he's feeling really good. Even though I'm a bad steamer, he said to his driver, you know, I can do it pretty quick. Yes, indeed, boasted his driver. But you do need special expensive coal to be running on the line so much. Yeah, true, said Henry. But that doesn't stop me. I mean, it can. Yeah, it can, said Henry. But has it stopped me yet? No, said his driver. Actually, you've been running fairly decent. Tonight, just remember what the Fat Controller said. If you ever end up getting into an accident, you can always just run off a Welsh toll. I mean, he'll just end up sending you to crew. Which, in this case, is a good thing. If he sends you to crew, you'll just get fixed. And then you won't have to worry anymore. Which is actually a better thing. But cross your fingers and hope we don't crash, Henry. We don't want a repeat of what happened last year. With James and his friggin' wooden break blocks problem. Yeah, that was bright of him to be doing. Remember how Thomas had to save him? We don't want Thomas coming to save you. Well, I mean, what? You know what I mean, Henry? Yeah. I understand that one. Well, I see where you're coming from, but you also understand that, like, it's Thomas, dude. You never know what could happen. Yeah, said his driver. As Henry backed down on the train, as Henry waited for his coaches to spawn in, which is exactly what's going on, because this game's lag as hell. Sorry, my bad. As Henry waited for his coaches to spawn in, he had a chat with his driver. No. The station master insisted that Henry would pull this train very smoothly, and if he could do that, Sir Top Hat would keep him on the line. That made Henry pleased. That pleased Henry. So that's exactly what he did. Now, as the dog, as he backed down on his train and waited for all his passengers to get loaded in. Soon, he was ready. The last few passengers got in, the driver banged the door, and was whistling. It was a lovely sight. He's running smoothly too. He was going smoothly too. He was so happy with how the train was going. Even Gordon was impressed. Hurrah! Said James, Henry's driver, as he sped along the main line. Soon they came to a station. Henry bustled in with the coaches. Come along, he said to the coaches. Yes, Henry, said all the coaches. Oh, wait, hold up. You guys can talk? Nah, they can't talk. We all know that this is a Thomas episode. Come on. As Henry waited for the passengers to get in, he sat there thinking to himself, Gordon and all the other engines said I couldn't do this. Well, let's just see how they react when they find out I really can be doing one of these things on my own. As the guard banged the door shut, Henry tore off again. The journey was slow at first, but soon they were picking up speed. Driver and fireman crossing their fingers. They didn't get a repeat of last year. Henry almost had to go to Crew due to it. Crew was the place the engines had gone to be fixed. Now, Crew was a good place. It was simply just a place for the engines to go to. Simply a place for the engines to go to get repaired. Thomas had gone there once, and so had the other few engines, but that never fazed anyone, really. Considering that all the engines would mainly get fixed in that duration era. This was the Brett Allcroft era, so the engines would go there instead of the so-called Sodor Steamworks, which is, we'll get into that later into the stream. But yeah, back to the episode now. So, as the driver and fireman switched Henry down on the main line, they took off. Henry was having a fine run. When disaster struck. That's normal, typical day on Sodor. Having a fine run when disaster struck.
These would make great stocking stuffers. Or right now in your mouth stuffers.
Goodness gracious, said Thomas. It was only up a line and heard the crash back then. Oh my God, Henry, are you okay? Thomas said to Henry. Yes, Thomas, I'll be fine. Henry lay dazed and confused. It wasn't your fault, said Thomas. The icy snow and rails was what caused the points not to change on you. Yeah, I know, Thomas, but it's not fair. All the other engines say I can't do much. It's not fair to say I can't do anything. Yes, you can, said Thomas. I'm off to fetch Rocky. You know what? We're getting you back on the rails, back onto your tracks in no time. Hang tight right there, Henry. I'll be back. And Thomas set off. Must get Rocky, Thomas said as he rushed. Thomas was still on his way to collecting Rocky. Oh, I hope Henry's all right by the time I get back with Rocky. He most likely will, said Thomas's driver. Oh, I sure do hope so. Thomas was worried about Henry. Henry had gotten into a similar accident last year, but it wasn't too dangerous. He had crashed into some tar wagons. Ended up derailing, but nothing too serious with damage. Sadly, this was Henry's worst crash he had. He'd have to go back to crew for this one. He had to go to crew for this one. Oh, I sure hope Henry's all right. Thomas, still on his way to collecting the breakdown train because that thing is on the other side of the goddamn island and I don't understand it. Wish these engines went faster sometimes. It would really be nice to have an engine that goes so much, much faster. As Thomas rounded the corner coming into Crowman. Rushed through Crowman to go get Rocky. Then it happened. Thomas had been going. Thomas had been back. Then it happened. Thomas's brakes gave out, and the points ended up crashing. And ended up making him derail.
Spend less and smile more this season with the Amazon app.
And made him derail. How will I ever help Henry now? Cried Thomas. Thomas nearly cried. Thomas nearly cried when he found out he had jumped the track. Now the driver was really angry. I'm tired of this nonsense. You know what? We're taking one engine and we're going to get help from the station master. Went down the line, got inside of Douglas, and tore down the line back towards Henry to go help him back onto the rails. Little did he know, tore down the line to go get Rocky. Come along, said Donald's driver to Donald. We're gonna go get that breakdown train and we're gonna watch it. I'm tired of this nonsense. All of these engines crashing here and there. I'm tired of listening. I'm tired of hearing that. And I'm tired of hearing this. You know what? We're done with this bull crap. I'm tired of doing that. Thomas wants to get into an accident. That's on him. It wasn't my fault, said Thomas. It doesn't matter, said Donald. It doesn't matter. I'm tired of doing this. Don't you? Donald with his Scottish accent. Here, I hate to tell about an engine or some tire wagons, he said to his driver. Oh yeah, that was James in last year. Don't forget, Donald. We're only going through the map once. Oh Lord. Yeah. Well, this game keeps on continuously lagging, and at this point, I'm just kind of done with how everything is happening. With how everything has been going on, I think it's about time we end the film. I'll kind of sum it up near the end here, so we can get this done and over with. About the time we're done with the short anyways. It's been about half hour since we've started it. This has been a great fun live stream type thing. Midnight Express should be coming out in the next couple days, and yes, we will live stream that when it's done. But like I said before, Thomas goes to get Rocky, and when he comes back, he helps Henry back on the track. And Percy and Toby shunt him. Not Percy and Toby. Edward shunts him to crew. And as they're shunting him to crew, they kind of all just go together, and that's the end of the story. So yeah, I'm gonna play the end credits, and then I'll say goodbye until the new year. So without further ado, without further ado, we're just gonna wait for this ad real quick. I know this isn't really the greatest, but. As I said before, this has been a good, perfect live stream. Thank you, everyone who joined in, and have a Merry Christmas. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you all. Hope you all have a good holiday. Later. Either subscribe, donate, or get the heck out.